and then, you know, you just squirt it everywhere. Hey GQ, this is Courtney with Oops, I Planted Again, and these are my essentials. I use a water bottle. I feel like almost every day when it comes to my plants. And I actually have a few different types of water bottles. I have little ones, I have big ones. This is probably the one I use the most, and this has my pest control mixture in it. I use oh my gosh, what is it called? The Bonai Dead Bug Brew. That's what I use. It's a concentrate, that's what I buy, and then I just mix it with water on my own. And I like the concentrate, honestly, because it has lasted me so freaking long. I bought it, I think last year or really early this year, and I still have it. But it is what I use for my pest management and pest control. So for different types of water bottles, I have this kind, the classic one you can get from the Dollar Tree. I have little ones that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and those ones are usually in the beauty section. These ones are usually in the cleaning section. And then I have an automatic mister one. It's not automatic mister. What is it called? It is the type of, what is the word that I'm looking for? It is a water bottle, a continuous mist spray bottle. I have that one as well, and I have used my pest treatment in that water bottle as well, but I prefer the manual kind, honestly, because I just like that sense of control when it comes to doing this type of thing with your plants. If you're a plant person like me and you're watching this, the next thing I'm about to say is so hilarious, but plant people know this, and people who like to reuse things. So old food containers are very essential to what I do with my plants. So this one is my creamer bottle. Now I use about 1 to 2 bottles every 2 to 3 weeks. So I have a ton of these and I use all of them, okay? I get the silk almond milk creamer, I think in vanilla, French vanilla, whatever the flavor is. And once I'm done, I just rinse it out and then I scrub it out and then I just use it for watering my plants. I have a ton of different ways that I like to water my plants. It really just depends on what mood I'm in, but I really like this food container, reusing this one because of the way that the water pours out. So it's kind of not just like a big gallon where you're just dumping everything. It's very focused. Funneled, is that the word? It's very funneled. So I really like using this, and I drink coffee every single day, so I have a ton of these containers. These containers are ones that I'll use for propagations or smaller plants that I am trying to grow. So this little one, I'll use these types for little propagations. I think I have some Burl Marks Fantasies in these little ones and just other little random cuttings. I like these because this is a glass jar. So for me, I reuse as much as I possibly can. And with these, once the plant outgrows it, I can just reuse it again, rinse it out, reuse it again. And they're really heavy, which I like for the size. And what this came from was it's like when you get those box of juice shots from HEB, shout out to HEB, and I think it comes in a 6-pack, I forget what it's called, but I keep all of these. And you can also use them for spell jars too. And this container is from those pre-cut fruit containers. This one is pineapple. I usually buy pineapple chunks. Actually, I haven't bought some in a long time, but I always just rinse out and reuse the container. And I have other containers where I actually put holes in them with my wood burner, and then that creates drainage. If I'm not doing drainage, then I'll usually double up on these containers just because it adds a little bit more weight when I am putting plants in here. I think I only have one plant that is in soil in this type of container. Everything else is usually some type of moss, perlite, leca kind of planting method. I feel like I've mentioned the Dollar Tree already, but I'm really a big fan of the Dollar Tree. They have a lot of really great essentials for your plants that you can always reuse. I really like reusing and getting as much use out of the things that I'm using when it comes to my plants. So these plant stakes, I have probably 15 of these, and I just recently in the last couple of months figured out a hack to cut these in half, and then you basically get 4 for the price of 2. And I just think they're amazing, especially if you're somebody who is working with leca or moss or perlite or stratum or pond, whatever the case may be, and you want to stake up your plants. You don't feel like doing a moss pole. Wood obviously isn't going to work with a wet medium. These are perfect for you. Now, I haven't tried to stack them up, like maybe try to double up, but maybe I'll try that in another video. But I use these a lot for my smaller plants that I am growing and propagating. And you can obviously use these in soil as well, but I really love them because I use a lot of leca and moss and mediums that I want to remain moist. This helps me a ton. I actually got these as a Secret Santa, Planty Secret Santa last year. Love this. I actually have 5 of these. This is the only one that I could find for this video, but this is a soil scoop, but I have so many of them. They come in a pack on Amazon and it'll be linked below. But soil scoops, you can use these to scoop up literally everything. I use it for soil, leca, perlite, moss. And I love the design of these because they have this angle right here. So it really helps you really scoop everything up, and then it sits inside. So it's not like a normal shovel or just like using your hand. It kind of catches everything, and then it's easier to transport whatever you're doing, whatever medium you're using. I absolutely love these, and I use them all the time. For my propagation girlies, I mean, everybody is a propagation girly if you really try hard enough. Shears, I have 2 different kinds of shears. So I have these ones. These are Fiskars. These are like my more serious ones. That sounds so dramatic, but these are like really thick and chunky. I got these from like the hardware store, and I use these when I have like a really meaty plant that I'm chopping up, or if I'm cleaning up leaves on a plant. Why am I waving these near my face? Let me not do that. And these are my smaller, more delicate ones, and I use these for plants that are kind of like hard to get in the nooks and crannies. I got these from the Dollar Tree, another thing from the Dollar Tree, and I think I actually have 2 pairs of these, and I have no idea where the other pair is, and I literally always lose my shears. I always lose my shears. That's why I have so many, but I love having shears. Also, if I'm randomly trying to cut something else up, like cutting up in a box or something, these come in handy when I literally cannot find my scissors. This is a wash bottle, and I have 2 or 3 of these, and I love using these to water my plants, my propagations, everything. I love it because of the skinny nozzle design. So it really helps getting into the nooks and crannies, especially if you have like bushy plants or just plants that are kind of hard to reach. This one is perfect for you. I use these religiously almost every single day. And also because when I'm making my plant food, fertilizer, whatever I'm doing, I usually use a gallon jug because it's the best unit of measurement for me. And I don't like watering with the big gallon jug because it can just get messy. I'm clumsy, I can drop stuff. I don't want to do that. So I'll like make that mix, and then I'll pour it into these bottles, and then, you know, you just squirt it everywhere. The classic moisture meter. Okay, I will be honest with you. I only use this for my really big plants or plants that I'm unsure of whether they need to be watered, because some plants, they'll look dry, but I'm like, I just watered you. a couple of days ago or I watered you last week, let me double check. This is like my reassurance for checking if my soil is actually moist or if I actually need to water the plant. And I'll be honest with you too, I literally only use this for water. I never use it for the light or the pH. I only use this to check the water. This may look like a Betty Crocker strainer, and that's because it is, and it's still plant essential for me. Strainers are the best thing when you are using plant mediums, okay? I use these mostly for leca because when you're using leca, you need to wash the leca before you're using it, and any type of strainer is going to help that process move along so much quicker. I have this type, and then I have the laundry bag mesh type of strainer. I just don't have it on me right now. It's downstairs. And I just love it. I got this one from the Dollar Tree, of course, and then the other mesh bag strainers I got from the Dollar Tree as well. And if you're a big leca person like me, you're gonna absolutely need to have a strainer of some kind. This VELCRO is probably the last bit that I have of the original big loop of VELCRO that I bought over a year ago. This is my number 2 essential, and I'm gonna show you number 1. That's gonna be the last one, but I don't know why nobody told me about these sooner. These are reusable for when you're staking up a plant, you're tying up your plant to something, you want to hold stuff a certain way with your plants, and you can reuse it. You can reuse it, you can reuse it, you can reuse it. Reusing things is my jam. It makes me feel a lot better about my purchases and makes me be more intentional about what I am using and how I'm going to use it, instead of just getting something that I'm going to use one time and then be done with it. But these are really cheap. Literally a year and a half I have had this. A year and a half, and these are the only 3 that I could find because a lot of them are in use. And I just think if you don't have these, please get these. They will absolutely change the course of your plant life. This is my number 1 plant essential and the best thing that somebody has ever gifted me when it came to plants or plant care. This is a repotting mat. Now, when I repot plants, I am an absolute mess. I'm an absolute fool. And this saves me so much energy and time and cleanup because I'm not spilling crap everywhere. So it has these little buttons on the corner, and it basically makes it just like this little like hole, like this little thing, and you can get it messy, you can get water on it, and you can just rinse it off. And it's literally the best thing that I have ever had. I've had this for almost a year, and I just love it. It just saves me a headache because I'm so messy. And when you're repotting plants and you just have stuff everywhere, if you have a place that just like holds all your crap, and then you can literally, when I'm done like using this, I just unsnap 2 of these, fold it in half, and just dump the crap in the trash, and then I move along about my day. And you know, that has made me not hate repotting as much. So kudos to this plant tray that we absolutely love. Thanks for having me, GQ. I hope you enjoyed my essentials.